Good afternoon. This is attorney Hakeem Muhammad. I represent Muhammad Law Center, and I, alongside my co-counsel,
Dawn C. Ewing, to defend if necessary.
We are announcing the filing of our lawsuit on behalf of our brother, Mr. Marvell Barker. So what happened to him? In early June, members of the Chicago Police Department, as is typical of them, they saw our brother and they thought that he was a suspect in a crime. He had in fact committed no crime whatsoever, but that didn't stop members of the Chicago Police Department from pursuing him, from following him as he was trying to go about his day on a bicycle. And the brother wanted to know, why are you following me? Why is the police following me? What's going on? They continue to follow him, and in a completely malicious and reckless act by members of the Chicago Police Department. They took their police vehicle and they rammed it in the back of the brother's bicycle. As a result of this, our brother went flying off of his bicycle and he hit the concrete ground with such force that his bones were protruding out of his arms, and he was injured and damaged to such an extent that he required hospitalization, and he required stitches, and he required surgery in an effort to rectify the injuries. But the injuries are still present. He's still not back to normal, although this took place almost 2 months ago. This is unacceptable, and in response to this action, this misconduct by members of the Chicago Police Department, we have filed a lawsuit that has several claims in this lawsuit. We have a claim against members of the Chicago Police Department for excessive force, claims against members of the Chicago Police Department for equal protection violations, because we know that if he had been a white person in the north side of Chicago, in the suburbs, riding on his bicycle, trying to go about his day, they would have been more diligent. They would have exercised a level of care. This is inextricably linked to his skin color, this conduct by the Chicago Police Department. And we also have a claim for a unlawful seizure. And our most important claim in this lawsuit is our Monell claim. What is a Monell claim? A Monell claim is when we uncover that this was not an isolated incident, but members of the Chicago Police Department have a pattern and practice of this. We've uncovered several instances of members of the Chicago Police Department using their vehicles like weapons, or just being reckless, having inadequate training, and using their vehicles and going against individuals, running over pedestrians, and even in some instances, either killing them or severely injuring them. This ends today. So I want to turn it over to my co-counsel, Attorney Dawn, to speak about her practice and as well as what happened and the importance of this lawsuit.
Unfortunately, here in the city of Chicago and the nation abroad, you cannot do criminal defense without doing civil rights, because often the individuals that are creating the most havoc in the city are members of the Chicago Police Department. Why in the world would it even be conceived in the mind of an officer to hit a bicycle with a car and to not even see about the individual that was riding the bicycle? Mr. Barker lay on the ground covered in blood just shooting everywhere profusely. And rather than administer any kind of aid, they just left. Never came to the hospital, never gave him a phone call, never even took his information to know who he was, so they couldn't even come and see about him. This is inhumane. We live this every single day. And until we stand up and do something about it, it's gonna continue. So guess what? Good morning, y'all. Good afternoon. It's time. It's time. This will not continue.
So now you're going to hear from Mr. Barker himself as to what happened to him and how these cruel police officers left our brother on the side of the road.
On the day and time of June 3rd, it was around like 4 o'clock in the evening, and I was riding south 84th and Green Street in Auburn Gresham. I turned around and see that it was CPD truck behind me. They didn't have no sirens on. They didn't never explain out the window with the window down or nothing like that why they was chasing behind me or anything. So in a timing of like 15 seconds to a half a minute, I was trying to get to the sidewalk to stop my bicycle. They rolled up behind me and hit me with the bicycle, which is with force, hit the tire, and it made me flat over the handlebars. I ended up suffering a broken forearm, getting rushed to the hospital of University of Chicago. The next following day, which was June 4th, I had went to surgery at like 11 o'clock a.m. and I went through a 3-hour processing of getting my bone put together. The bone had exited my right arm and it was sticking out. What all that's saying to say is that I want Your Honor to hear about what CPD had did to me on that day and time in the beginning of 2026 summer of June. I feel like it was illegal what they had did to me, and I didn't get arrested that day. And for them to hit my bicycle by me on the bicycle, I feel like that they was wrong about it. And no, I did not want that to happen to me that day. So I will take it to court with my lawyers, my 2 lawyers that's present, Miss and Mr. And I feel like I'm gonna do everything that I can to get justice for this situation.
These Chicago police officers had no business acting the way that they did. But even so, after they rammed him off of his vehicle, think about the depravity, the cruelty of just letting him in his own blood, injured on the floor, just going away, trying to get away with it. No more of this. No more of this. If anyone is a victim of police misconduct, police brutality here in Chicago, contact the Muhammad Wilson, a contact to defend if necessary. It's time to put an end to these injustices.